Dave made this beat.
Welcome. What's good? Say Like a Champ, episode 281. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy. Welcome back, Slack. Fam, what's good, y'all, man?
We back in the building, and it is another great week in sports. It's another, great week to be here together. We got Slackers in the building already. Shout out to Kelly, to Pops, and to Unk as well. We appreciate y'all jumping in and getting on the comment board early. As always, your participation, your support, your comments contribute a lot to the show. So, and your likes and thumbs up and all that. So that's what's up. We want to welcome everybody in. Also, we got Stephanie Washington on the board. What's good, Steph? And Unk, starting off with the prayers to all in California. Most definitely crazy stuff going out there with the wildfires. Two of the most destructive wildfires happening at the same time. So very scary times. We've seen how it's impacted sports a little bit already. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but definitely prayers out to those in California.
Yeah, I saw they arrested like 16 people or something like that. Crazy. I think
regarding the looting and or the arson or both.
I think both.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah,
it's definitely been a lot of stuff going on, but it's sad to think that when people are at their most vulnerable and people had to, just pick up whatever they got and evacuate and flee, you got the people coming in behind them. And I did hear that they instituted a curfew too for people. In those areas, which makes sense, man, because it's like you don't need to be out there, especially if you have no business being out there if you don't live in that area. So
seriously,
super crazy. But with that being said, we also got Moms in the building. She said happy wild card results. Most definitely, I'm sure she's excited about what happened with her Rams. So we'll get to those here in just a minute with our first topic, NFL talk. But I did want to do a quick check-in with you, Strizzy. How you feeling, man? Any updates you got for us on your end?
Yeah, man. I'm actually feeling great, man. Like as always, I'm feeling motivated. A lot of some things coming. I started up. As you already know, me and my boy Kingsley, we constantly do a bunch of like content and things of that nature together. So me, him, and a friend of mine, her name's Daisy, but she goes by DJ Daisy. We just started a collaboration group kind of a thing. You know what I'm saying? So super excited about that. Yeah. So we started that up. Just a slew of connections between the three of us. So like we really want to just kind of get a lot of things going and things of that nature. So I'm super excited about that. Super motivated, and you know what I'm saying, just pushing hard as ever for us to quit these day jobs, you know what I'm saying? Focus on what we need to focus on, which is our friends and family. So I'm super excited about it, you know what I'm saying? Super kind of like gung-ho and just ready to keep it moving and get it pushing.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I feel it. And going into the new year, I'm feeling the same way, man. Yeah, we got a lot of different goals for sure going on over here for the new year and just kind of getting in that groove after the holiday breaks and stuff like that, getting back to what's going on and knowing that there'll be a lot more free time coming up once football season is wrapped up as well. But yeah, man, got some things I'm definitely excited to get into. And also, I guess a little sneak peek, but I did decide to, my boy Cole, rest in peace.
Yeah.
His birthday is coming up next month, and got some unreleased music from him that is going to be coming out. And I'm hoping that that's going to get the ball rolling on some more things, you know what I'm saying? Because he left behind basically a full album of music. So, I'm saying I'm just in a different space right now with that. I feel like I owe it to him to get that out there. So that's going to be really exciting. So that'll be coming. His birthday is actually February 14th, Valentine's Day. So
I was about to say, isn't it like 13 or something like that? Yeah, that's what's up. So I always remember his birthday because of Bond's birthday.
Exactly. We got a lot of February babies going on. So so that's what's up. So that'll be really cool, and he's got something for all the lovers out there, if you will. So
All the
it'll
lovers
be
and fans.
pretty dope for sure. But all right, we got to round this out real quick. We'll jump into some comments too as well, but gotta get our panel full. You know what I'm saying? We got to bring in our brother
Bring
Matt
our brother
Marcus.
in. You know what I'm saying?
Marcus, what's good?
What up, peoples? What's
What
going
up,
on,
big
man?
guy?
We
Nothing
here,
much,
we
man. How you
here.
feeling today? We here? That's what's up. I
Yeah,
hear
man.
you.
I was been worried about Drizzy, man. I know TikTok about to be TikToking away, man. So TikTok.
I know I'm cracking up. It's you know what's funny though? Like I've actually kind of been moving away from it a little bit, kind of like focusing more on
Oh,
YouTube
okay.
and Instagram, honestly, because that's kind of like just where a lot of like the more money is when you per post. But
Oh, okay.
you know, I will be disappointed to see it go because like obviously I did put a lot of time into it. You
I
know what I'm saying?
know,
So
yeah.
I missed that time. I'm gonna miss that account. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of followers, a lot of time spent in there. So I think that's my biggest thing. And then just a lot of connections and things of that nature. So you know what I'm saying? It was definitely fun, but kind of on to the next one. We'll kind of see what happens. But that's my biggest thing is just all right, cool. Like without TikTok kind of in my way and still trying to focus on there, like I can really focus on YouTube. So just trying to, change views, you know what I'm saying? Instead of being so TikTok focused, now it's YouTube focused. So we just gotta get in there and get it.
Yeah, I feel that. But it is crazy that it's actually going to happen this time. And
Yeah.
Stephanie Washington mentioned that, asking if you were going to be sad. And also Anthony Weston, he said he just joined TikTok last month. You definitely late to the party, brother. It's about to be over as soon as it began for you.
Really?
But I did see the thing too. Have you heard of this Red Note? Apparently, everybody's downloading Red Note, which is kind of like TikTok, but it's like a Chinese version. And
Yeah, I
they're
heard.
afraid that the same thing's just going to happen with that. So you're staying away from Red Note.
Yeah. As of right now, until I, learn some more, like it's just stay with the app that we already know is successful and ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
do that.
Then Kelly just joined a few months ago too. Yeah, Kelly's been doing some. She like makes different party decorations and different at-home crafts and stuff like that. So
Yes, sir.
she's expanding her reach, but that sucks though. Yeah. So we'll see. But I feel you on that. YouTube ain't going anywhere. YouTube is owned by Google and it's strong. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So ain't got nothing to worry about over there. So all right, that's what's up. Let's go ahead and get into our first topic. We'll do our NFL talk as we always do. I think the big thing is just the results from Wild Card Weekend. The Rams dominating the Vikings last night, which we kind of thought might happen, but I guess I didn't expect it in that type of fashion either.
Yeah.
Marcus,
I
what
didn't
did you
think
think
it
about that after going 14-3 in the regular season?
Yeah, 14 wins is not easy to do. So, but they normally do that. They'd have a great season and they flop in the playoffs. I went to the game yesterday, and
Yeah.
Nice.
it was crazy. Like the environment was really like when you pull up, you can feel the intensity. I haven't felt that anytime I went to the Cardinals game. Like when you go in there, it was packed. I think it was sold out. Like the game was like no seats, and it was crazy. And it had a lot of blue in there, but I think that what changed the game was when they got to Matthew Stafford and he fumbled. He said he passed the ball, but he did not pass that ball. He fumbled and they scored. I think if they gave him that score, I think the game would have been different. I think it took a lot out of them already because, like I said, you feel bad for LA. You know what's going on here, so you're trying to focus on that. But I think when that happened, it kind of took him a lot out of him. And then Donald, he was – I don't know. He was rattled or something. Like I don't know. It was a lot of plays he could have threw the ball away, but he was trying to like look downfield or something. I don't know what he was doing, but I think they tried to get Aaron Jones involved too late too. It should have been doing a little bit more. And Aaron Jones is like they don't use like the Packers did. He's not go up the middle type of guy. Get him to the outside. I don't know what they would let the Cam Akers go outside, but that's Aaron Jones momentum. Like screen passes, kind of get them going, but they wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just seemed like LA was ready, man. So, like I said, the environment was really high. It was kind of cool to see. But I thought it was going to be a better game. I was going for the Rams. The Vikings, honestly. So, I thought they was going to try to pull it out. And they couldn't get Jefferson involved either. They tried to force it to him a little bit, and he was throwing picks, so they couldn't do that. But other than that, it was a cool environment. It was good for the LA to see them win. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of cool. But I definitely thought it would be a closer game. I thought the Vikings were going to win that game.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a big disappointment. And Sam Darnold went from being on top of the world in week 17 when his teammates were literally carrying him off the field when they won against the Packers and they had the chance for the division seed, and now it's looking like he might have to move on. You know what I'm saying? He flopped in the two biggest games, that last one against Detroit, and then now in the playoffs. So, you guys think that the Vikings do go ahead and move on from Sam Darnold based on this last couple games?
We were just talking that was on get rid of McCarthy, but now we talking about getting rid of him. Like after 2 games, that's crazy. But I think you have to though. He didn't look good. He didn't like he looked good through the season, but when you needed him, I don't think he stepped up. So he looked like the Panthers. No, not the Panthers. The Jets done yesterday. I don't know.
Right, the Jets. That's true. Yeah, 9 sacks is crazy. I feel like at the last 2 games of the season, you have a phenomenal year, obviously, but how much of that was great defense? Great offensive weapons, a good offensive line. Like you almost kind of want to see what you have with McCarthy before you let him go. You know what I'm saying? It's like it looks like you don't need him, one day, then the next year, like maybe we should check to see what the rookie got before we just ship him off somewhere because they got him at such an early round. Early in the round. So. I don't know. It's tough because Sam Darnold did have a good season. Still happy for him. Kind of sucks. The last two games is rough. And I don't know. It's tough. It's tough out there.
Yeah.
I see Mom. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I just want to say I like how the Rams backed it up though.
No, she said down my round. I ain't gonna lie. Watching the game, I didn't know the Rams was that decent. They got a nice team. I thought they was like just what I'm saying, getting by. But I haven't watched them all year. But they have a decent defense. That defensive line is nice, and they have a decent team. I thought since Cooper Kupp was he's not even involved in the game. I thought they was like just kind of piecing together, but they had a good little. And Matthew Stafford, I ain't gonna lie, man, he looked relaxed. He looked good. He really did. I ain't gonna lie. He like a quarterback again. He looked a little slim down there, but I didn't know. I'm put like that. I really didn't know because I ain't watched a lot of football this year. But I thought the Rams was like a whatever. But they look like they can beat the Eagles. I'm just saying. So.
Yeah, when the game flow goes their way, they got good pass rush. When they get a lead, you know what I'm saying, and they do have that veteran quarterback and a couple good receivers. And Kyron Williams, their running back, is good too when he gets going. So they do have some options in there. Yeah, he can do it all. So I do think though, as Anthony Weston said, it was a bad matchup for the Vikings, and I think that the Lions kind of put the blueprint out a little bit too, like how they beat him down in that last game. They kind of they used that same formula against them. And again, the Rams had already beat the Vikings in the regular season. They were the only team other than the Lions to beat them. So it is interesting, though, but it definitely goes to show how quickly the tables can turn, you know what I'm saying, in football and how fresh things happen in our mind. Like, like literally from last weekend. So it took 8 days for everything to change for him going into last Sunday and then last night on Monday Night Football. So we'll see. Unk says Darnold earned another 1-year deal. I think maybe, but at the same time, too, he was never supposed to do that good. Yeah. So it's like you didn't expect him to do that. So then it was like you're almost changing your mind. And now you're seeing it like, oh, see, we were right in the first place. We didn't really want this guy. So it is interesting to see what will happen, though. Pop says Darnold is out. I think Anthony Weston says tag him for 1 year and keep McCarthy. Yeah. Because especially if you got JJ and you were ready to go with him until he got hurt, he was looking decent in the preseason. So, and I think at the same time too, they do have a good coach, and they might be thinking if our scheme is right, it doesn't really matter who our quarterback is that much. Because look, this guy came off the street and look what he did. So,
for sure.
But I gotta say this too. I think it shows too about Jefferson too as a receiver, like. To me, he should have made more plays. I think all he got is like a throw it deep to me. He don't have no other kind of like give me like a screen. Let me do something here. Put me in a slot here. He didn't show none of that this game or last game. So I think he has to step up a little bit too because he was supposed to be like the top receiver last year and this year. I just feel like even though your quarterback wasn't, you know what I'm saying, you still gotta make some plays yourself. To me, like. A good receiver, you're going to put me in different places. I'm going to do something to make my team better. And to me, yesterday, he didn't do anything to me yesterday. So I was wondering about him, too. He got to get a little better, too.
It's fun. I think that's a good point, but I think that's kind of more on the offensive coordinator because we've seen Jefferson do a bunch of other stuff before. You know what I'm saying? I think they have a different offensive coordinator than they've had in the last 2 years, especially the year he won the Triple Crown. So like I think I do agree with you because he got to be better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get yourself open.
You can't get erased out of the game.
Exactly. Yeah, you're too good to be erased out of the game. So I actually agree with you, Marcus. But I also think like. I don't know. I feel like this was kind of like the Ravens last year. Like coaching kind of put them out of this game just as much as the players did. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like you said, like the running back, Aaron
Jones.
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones.
He's solid as a receiver too. So like you could get him, like you said, in some screenplays. You know what I'm saying? Like over the offensive line, not just like in the wide receiver space. Like there's so many different things that they could have done, and they just didn't do it. Like give the ball to Justin Jefferson over the middle. Stop making them go deep out, running out routes all the time, or deep routes all the time. So I don't know. I feel like the offensive coordinator or the play calling didn't do the team any good either. Like it gotta be better than that.
Yeah.
That's funny about the Sean McVay, second best coach in the league. He might be. He's a great coach. I think he made that team good. But I know he has no social life. There's no way. Like I bet you don't have no friends. He don't have no girl. He don't have no kids. Nothing. Because for him to still be a top coach like he is right now, that team, he had to be doing just focusing on that. Like I could tell he has no life, man. But that's a sacrifice you got to get to be that second best coach in the league, though. Because I think he is, man. I would love to have somebody like that, man. But we'll get to that point later.
Yeah, he's good. We talk about it like even the Super Bowl run year. Like he's an offensive genius. Like he is really, really good. Like he's gonna figure out how to get make guys who you never suspect to be that good look like superstars. You know what I'm saying? So,
man,
I mean, he did it a couple of years ago too when he had I'm forgetting the other dude's name when it was him and
Cup.
Yeah, Cup. I'm forgetting the other kid's name. I thought they were gonna pay him and they didn't, and I think he ended up going to the Titans. I'm drawing a blank. It'll pop up in a little bit. But
he faded away.
He 100% faded away, but on the base system, he looked like a Pro Bowler. Like he was balling.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm forgetting his name. Maybe Anthony can jump in and give me some help there. But hey, man, he's a genius, dog. Like he's super smart, man.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing for sure.
Yeah.
And I definitely agree with you as far as Robert Woods.
Yeah, Robert Woods.
But I definitely agree with you, Marcus, on the no social life, and that's why he talks about retiring every other year. He's like, I might just retire because he's like, this takes too much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think he does have a wife, but she's probably doesn't even see him like for 6 months out the year. Man. So
she on that Giselle tip. She's like, look, you got 2 more years.
She's like, it's an ultimatum time pretty soon.
Yeah.
So
I'm done.
Anthony Weston, he did say who won the playoff picks this week. So Moms won the playoff picks this week. She went 5 out of 6. She actually tied with Anthony, but we are going to keep the totals running. So Mom has the lead so far, but we're going to basically accumulate the next 3 weeks, and we're going to do it kind of as like a playoff long competition to kind of switch it up since the games will kind of dwindle down. But shout out to Moms. The only one she missed was the Chargers and the Texans, which I wanted to transition to that one.
That's hard.
That was really surprising. I mean, it seemed like everything was bouncing the wrong way. Looking at some of the replays and kind of seeing some of those plays the way they went, the Chargers, they had opportunities early in the game to get on the board. They kept kicking field goals, and then once the Texans came and started doing their thing and getting the interceptions, it was like a landslide on them. I am a little bit surprised and disappointed in Harbaugh because I feel like they had more talent, but this looked like the Texans from like the first 8 weeks of the season instead of the second half of the season. But was that Anthony Weston, he was the only one that picked the Texans, so it's crazy. But then he turned around and picked the Steelers and negated it. So
but that's a I always say all the time, it's hard to pick against those kind of teams. The Texans came in there not supposed to win that game. Even though it was at home, you weren't supposed to win that game. So you come and play a team like that that has no stress on them in it, it's hard to do that. And my boy Herbert had 3 interceptions the whole year. He threw over 500 passes.
I know.
And had 3. And then you have 4 in one game. Like that messes your mind up because you're not used to doing that. So imagine you do 2. Now you're like, okay, you're gonna be a little tight down. And you do another one. Right. It's like I don't know what to do no more. You know what I'm saying? So and then your receivers not helping you. They doing tip passes and they catching the thing. Yeah. So it's just kind of hard. So. And I think his mindset he don't have that like that thing that I know we're going ahead of myself, but that thing that the kid from the Commanders has. cool, calm. You know what I'm saying, like that. He don't have that kind of mode. You know what I'm saying? He got a he is his mannerism like that. But I think we threw those 2 picks. It was like, oh, what I'm gonna do now, and then he threw another one, and he threw the last one. It was like it's game over, man. So
then you start.
I don't know, man. I just felt bad.
Thinking about last year with the Jags and letting them come back and beat you. You know what I'm saying? Like he's probably just like he's probably just freaking out internally. He's done. Like mentally, he's a wrap.
And it's sad
That's
because
2
Herbert,
wins.
out of those young quarterbacks, though, like Herbert is a beast as far as his physical talent. Like it doesn't take much to look at him and say, okay, he's next level athlete.
Yeah,
but now this is 5 years in. It's like, is this it? Is this as high as he's gonna go? Because we kept thinking, oh yeah, he's a beast for sure. But even if you look at like Joe Burrow, like he doesn't have that same athleticism, that same physical talent, but he's a way better quarterback. He knows how to operate. So I hate to say it because I love Herbert, but I'm like, oh, maybe we were too soon with all the, you know what I'm saying, all the accolades we're giving him.
I would say no. I think I get Harbaugh one more year with him. I think this is a year. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, a full thing. I think this year coming up, if he do that again, then yeah, I think Harbaugh gonna have him ready. I think this might be his best quarterback. I think he could be better than Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying? He could be better than Alex Smith. So I think he can get to that point where he have a full, you know what I'm saying, see his ups and downs. He had a down year. I think he gonna get them up and get them together. I think he do a better job next year because he got to think about it too. He didn't have no weapons really this year either. You know what I'm saying? He lost Keenan Allen. You know what I'm saying? That was his number 1 guy. You know what I'm saying? So he lost him, and then he didn't have what's his name, Eckler. He didn't have him this year. So he kind of went down instead of going up. When you lose to a guy like that, you get somebody better. You know what I'm saying? But they got worse. You know what I'm saying? So I think you give. Williams, huh?
He lost Mike Williams too, which is also a big part of this. So you got to throw deep.
Yeah, so yeah. I think he needs a. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Marcus. Good.
No, I was going to ask him to say something. Go ahead, Doug.
Well, I was just going to say I do have to give credit to Ladd McConkey for being their only wide receiver. He wasn't even supposed to be that good, and everybody knew that's his only option, you know. And even he still kind of balled out. Obviously, the 98-yarder was insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but he had a great year for being like, we didn't think he was a number 1 receiver like that, you know. But I guess just the volume, because they literally had nobody else. Like Anthony said, they have no firepower. So
and it's funny too.
I think he needs somebody.
Receivers are tricky.
Yeah,
wide receivers are tricky because they just don't pass like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he was obviously good in college, but like you get him a quarterback like
right.
And Herbert, it's like okay, this kid might beat the ball out, and kind of like you said, the 98 yarder or whatever it was that kind of put him over the top. He almost had 200 yards for the day. Like, like that's big time. And I think, when you start kind of double teaming a rookie that, although he did have a solid game, it's like those are, like you said, his only receiver, his only real weapon. Double team the rookie, you take everybody else out. His running backs are beat up. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of, Dobbins and Gus are cool. You know what I'm saying? But they're just so injury prone, constantly getting hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think, Anthony had a great comment. I think instead of looking for another receiver in the draft, like, you go after T, like you go after T Higgins, and you get another number 1 receiver, and now you got Ladd on one side, you got T on the other. Get a tight end from Iowa in the drafts. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Tight end university.
No, we all on the same page with that. I thought T Higgins got picked up today, right? Didn't he go to a team today? I thought I seen something today. Maybe it was a wannabe type of thing, but I thought he got picked up today or something. I don't know what it was.
I didn't see that,
but man, the tight end thing I was thinking about, if he get this guy, I think that they'll go over the top. They need to go do. Chargers need to go get Likely from the Ravens. Like they got Andrews. You got 2 tight ends. Go get Likely from over there, and you there. But you don't think so?
Hell no.
Kind of got Andrews too, so I don't know. So you giving one of them up though.
But they've always been a big 2 tight end squad, so they'll pay Likely, I think. Or with Andrews, they'll get rid of Andrews before they get rid of Likely. Is a monster. Like honestly,
man.
like he's become Lamar's like favorite, like 1A 1B favorite target. Like he loves that dude. But
I didn't think they're gonna pay him because, like I said, I didn't think they're gonna pay him. Yeah, I'm saying I think they're gonna pay him because he's gonna get paid next year. So. If they don't pay him or not, I think the Chargers can pay him though. So,
they definitely can. I don't know. I love Andrews too, but I feel like obviously he's getting older. He's had some injuries too. So like, You know, if you're going to let somebody go, like Likely is so much more athletic too, but you lose the blocking. So I think that's why they keep them both. But I don't know. It's tricky, but I do agree with you. If they're willing to get let Likely go, other Hallbar brother better go out there and go grab that kid. That kid he's nasty, bro. Like he's super nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, don't draft you get Likely. He's nasty. He's great.
Marcus, you mentioned Jaden Daniels for the Commanders. I did want to talk on that game a little bit. That was surprising to me. I thought the Bucs were going to take care of business at home, but Jaden Daniels, you know, especially for a rookie, hostile environment, he was smooth. You know, he showed those winning qualities that are the things that you really look for in a quarterback that sets them apart. But I don't know. Not too many people took the Commanders either. But what do you think about them going forward? They got to go to Detroit.
It hurts because you see Dan Quinn. They ain't won a playoff game in how many years? You know, it's like they said Jaden Daniels was 5 years old. Like it just. And it's just a whole thing with that, man. I just hate. I like Dan Quinn, but I hate the situation he could have did for us. He could have did the same thing for us. You know what I'm saying? He was already there for that long. He had a defense ready, and he could have. You got rid of this dude already, and you could have did that last year, like when you supposed to. But you got a stubborn guy. But anyway, I think they go down there. They're not gonna beat Detroit, but I think they'll give them a little fight though. But I think they're gonna put some pressure. They're gonna have some little. Glenn gonna have some little packages for Jaden Daniels. I think he don't get rattled, but I think he don't get rattled in Detroit, man. So I like to see a good game, but I don't think they go down and beat Detroit though.
No.
Yeah, I feel like both defenses kind of struggle, so I'm thinking it should be kind of a shootout. Maybe hopefully it's an exciting game, but I still think Detroit will be fine in that one.
You know what's funny? You know, we kept talking about Detroit's defense. Like, man, everyone's injured, everyone's getting lost. But, like, their defense, their last, 3 games have been, phenomenal. Like, the sacks and interceptions that they've had and kind of holding some really good teams and some low points has been kind of insane. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. If they can keep – if anyone can keep their defense rallied, you know what I'm saying, it's the Lions head coach. But I don't know. I don't see I don't see the Commanders really, keeping up with them in this game. But who knows? Quinn's been great so far, and like I said, he's been one of my favorite players to watch this year. So I hope they can do it, but we know they're not getting too far.
But Marcus, you said it too, though. Aaron Glenn, he'll probably have something ready, and like you said, Strizzy, even though everybody's injured, they have been keeping it together. You know what I'm saying? Duct tape and string. And that's why Aaron Glenn's going to get a job for sure. I feel like the Lions, both of their coordinators next year, they're going to both be out there.
Yep.
Let's see really quickly. Anthony West said Bucs had flame out written all over them. I didn't see it, man. I don't know if I was just blinded or I was excited about the Evans thing or whatever, but
Evans and Wichita and Lattimore, they was battling, man. But Evans won though.
Yeah, every time.
Mom said Daniel stayed calm and it made the difference. Baker seemed rattled, which is crazy. I feel like they kind of took the pressure. And like Marcus said, sometimes when you're not supposed to win or you don't have that pressure on you, it's easier to just go out there and let it flow. So, Pops, I'll skip Pops' extra comment, but let's talk about this, because I think the other games were as expected. Eagles beat down the Packers, Bills beat down the Broncos, Ravens beat down the Steelers. Not too much to talk about there, but let's talk about this. McCarthy officially being out, even though last week the Cowboys were denying coaching requests. You know what I'm saying? Now it's officially officially that he's going to be out. Marcus, what do you think about that? And what do you think about the rumors for the Cowboys' next head coach?
I'm gonna say I know Pops not gonna like this, but welcome back to the Cowboys. I'm back on the team. Cause I told you as soon as he out, I'm back on the team. So I'm back. I'm back as a Cowboy fan. I've been waiting for this, but the whole thing had happened. Like it has to be some fine print somewhere that Stephen Jones go read. Get your daddy out of there, cause this dude, something is wrong. It has to be somewhere you can do something or force something to get that guy out the thing, cause we can't do anything with Jerry Jones. I'm sorry, we're not gonna do it.
Hostile takeover.
Yeah, you gotta do something. We gotta get him drunk, put him in a room with some women or something. He gotta get banded. We gotta do something. We gotta do it. But anyway, and you said it to the next head coach. That's the reason why I don't think we'll get Dion, because I don't think Jerry's gonna do that. He just has too much control. You heard what he said. He ain't buy a team for his kids. He honest with it. I'm the owner. I'm the GM. And I ain't giving it up. He's not gonna give it up. So we're gonna have to find some other ways to get things done. But honestly, I don't want Dion though. I don't want Dion as a head coach. Honestly, that's just my opinion. So yeah, she said the same thing. Yeah, I don't want Dion. I think he'll be if he come on and be a DB coach or something, or I'm saying that'd be kind of cool. But as a head coach, those guys aren't gonna listen to Dion like that. He has to get he has to get that college out of him, assist him a little bit, and then he maybe come on. But right now, his mindset, how he talk to them kids, you can't do that in the NFL, you know. So, I would like to see come over, huh?
I think Dion plays too much, like because with the adults, they're like, you know, everyone looks up to him, things of that nature. So I think he kind of. Which don't get me wrong, I love player coaches. They're usually the funner ones, but I think he kind of plays around a little bit too much, and the players might get lost in that a little bit.
Yeah, so they said Kellen Moore. I wouldn't want that to come back, And they said Dion. It was one more guy. They said I forgot who was the other guy, but I'm still on Brian Flores. That's why I wanted to come over there, but we'll see how it goes. But that's my 2 cents in. I'm gonna win my Cowboy stuff again. I'm gonna look at the off season and see what happens. But I'm happy to be back. I know Pops not gonna let me come back in. Pops, whatever I do initiation to get myself back in, I come over. You beat me up a little bit, bring me back in. Let's let me know, man. Let me know.
You gotta get jumped back in.
It's blood.
You gotta get jumped back in. I understand, man.
You gotta get jumped. No, Stephanie and I, we saved your spot, so no worries, man. You got it. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to do no rituals. But no, I agree with the Dion thing. It is weird. I do think that there would be a clash, talking and having mutual interest versus like getting down to the nitty-gritty is two different stories. And I don't think that he will actually want to come. Like Kelly said, she said, I don't think he wants to leave Colorado. And I agree. I think right now he's got everything he wants up there. He's the mayor of Buffalo Town, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that he's going to move for that. And I don't think that Jerry wants to pay a high-profile name either. And Dion, in order to leave that comfortable situation he has in Colorado, he's gonna want top dollar. And so I think that that's going to be a sticking point because Jerry Jones, man, he's still a financial guy. He's still cheap. That's how he got all that money. He doesn't want to spend too much money. And I feel like that's been an issue with even this year. He didn't want to pay 2 coaches. So he's like, I'm going to let Mike McCarthy go ahead and have this 1-year contract because he didn't want to just fire him, I think it's sad because I thought that Jerry Jones is wanting to win would supersede that, you know what I'm saying? But it seems like he's still balancing winning and also doing it cheaply and with draft picks and not spending too much money, which that might not happen. So I kind of agree with you, Marcus. I think it's time for, you know what I'm saying, maybe they can get him a mental evaluation, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they can say that they see some signs of dementia or some shit like that. Try to pull some power back. And I love you, Jerry, but at the same time, it's like, this ain't working,
It ain't working, man.
Anthony, he said it's going to be Kellen Moore watch. And I agree with that, even though I don't necessarily want Kellen Moore back. But Jerry seems to always want to go back to people he knows. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was Dion or Kellen Moore, but it's going to be somebody that has ties already somehow, or even
somebody he can boss around.
Promoted. Exactly. Somebody
knows. Kellen Moore be perfect for that. Yeah.
So and it sucks because I feel like Kellen Moore, he's a great offensive mind, but he's perfect as an offensive coordinator. I don't think he can lead a group, you know what I'm saying, the same way.
And some guys just have that. Some guys are just coordinators. You know what I'm saying? They're great coordinators, and then they get that.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. Yeah, I love Ben Johnson. I love what Ben Johnson's been able to do for I don't know yet if he's a head coach, but I know everyone's looking at him. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. He might just be a guy that's just a coordinator. And honestly, Cliff Kingsbury might be too.
Yeah, for sure. But it is funny that, Anthony West has mentioned guys with little leverage. Kellen Moore, like 2 years ago, he was the hot thing. And he went around and interviewed for a bunch of head coaching jobs and didn't get one. Yeah. So he ended up moving a lateral move to the Eagles as offensive coordinator. But I think that might be out there in the circles too, that maybe this guy isn't like a leader of men in that way.
They asked him to get mad. They said, get mad. He couldn't get mad.
He didn't know how.
Let me see your angry face.
He's too nice with it. They're like, no, that ain't going to work for sure.
Try to make a clipboard and then break.
Exactly. So, but I'm with you though too, Marcus. Like Brian Flores, that would be a dope scenario. That That would be really cool because he has.
What about
proven that,
Glenn?
and I don't know. I don't really.
Yeah,
like
that's what I said. I don't
feel
know
like
either.
I think he's gonna go back to New Orleans though. He played there. I feel like he's gonna end up as the New Orleans head coach. If I had to guess.
Okay. Got it.
But I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting. I just hope that the Cowboys do a real extensive search and don't just bring one guy over to the crib like they did with Mark McCarthy and have some drinks and that was it.
Just go break the bank and go get Tony Romo. That's all. Just go tell whatever he wants. Get Tony Romo. He could be a less coach for the next 20 years, and he'll get at least 2 out of that 20 Super Bowl. At least 2 of them. I think Tony Romo will be great because he was a great coach for Dak. That was Dak best year when he was in here, kind of tell him what to do and all that kind of stuff. Yep. So I know it's not realistic right now, but I think Tony Romo would be the great head coach for the Cowboys. So maybe one day.
I think he'd be a good coach. Like there's some dudes granted he had a solid career as a player, but some dudes are just like better coaches than players, and others better players than coaches. I think Romo would be a great coach. That dude's so smart, man. Like
he is.
He's so
and the
smart.
Situational awareness, like he can put a good staff in place, he can run the offense, and when it comes down to like 2-minute drill, timeouts, he's gonna know exactly. Man. Okay, we take the timeout right here. Okay, we can run 2 more plays. We do this, we do that. Like he has that situational awareness, and that's the only reason why he made it to the NFL. He would have never been an NFL quarterback if it wasn't for his intelligence and putting himself in the right place, because he couldn't make all the throws. He couldn't run too much, but he knew what to do, and he was like one step ahead. You know those guys that you see at the park and you're like, what is this? But they just know how to play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and he's one of those types for sure, and I do think he could teach it.
I had one more though.
Go do that.
Yeah, I had one more. What if the Steelers get rid of Mike Tomlin? Would you take Mike Tomlin?
I would.
No?
I know that he's not the flavor right now. I would. I just think he's like the old school version of Brian Flores. At the very least, he talks about people talk about he's mediocre. He's got them, and I get that because every year they win too many games to get a good draft pick, but not enough games to make a run, right? So they're kind of in this like middle lane. But at the same time, like I love the fact that he doesn't accept no foolishness, and he's not going to let his teams really beat himself. You could look at those rosters and say he's probably overachieved because this year they didn't really have a quarterback. They don't have a running back. They have a defense that plays hard, but they've lost all their defensive stars through the years, except for Watt. Of course, you got, So, I like the Tomlin. I think he would get the most out of our guys, and I don't know how far that would take us, but I think it would take us farther than we've been going. So, we'll see. Anthony Weston mentioned that Troy Aikman said it's not a good job Monday. I feel like that's sour grapes. Troy Aikman still hates on Jerry Jones the way that his career is. So as much as I love Troy, can't really take his words.
You can't, man. I'm sorry, Troy. Yeah, he still Jerry did something to Troy. I don't know what he did, because Tony Romo don't do that. But Troy, he let them have it every time he can, man. So I don't know. As long as we don't hire Michael Irvin, don't hire Michael Irvin as our head coach. He had a heart attack the first game. Do not hire Michael Irvin in there, man.
Oh man, he had scandals, all kinds of stuff going on.
Man, he'll tell Jerry, "You gotta pay me nothing. Just pay for my food. I'm gonna be a coach." Yeah, don't do it, man.
Yeah. Pop said, "I'm not sure Romo can coach a little slip of the tongue on air." Did I miss that? I don't remember that.
I missed that too.
Same.
But Pops has a higher standard than us. He has a higher standard. You cannot mess up with Pops, so who knows what happened. He probably don't want to hurt that slip.
Everybody to Tom Landry, you know what I'm saying? He compares everybody
you can't
to Tom
do
Landry,
that.
so
how many he get? 4?
Everybody's gonna fall short of that. Yeah, he got.
Did he get 4?
He got 3.
Or 3?
3, I think.
3. Okay.
I think he got 3. So
no, because he couldn't have. Because we only got 5, so he only got 2 because Jimmy got 2, 1. Yeah. Then Jimmy got 2, then Switzer got 1, so he had to get 2 then. Because we only got 5.
Landry only 2. How about Jason Witten? I don't know. I want to see him get more. I'd rather.
He was a terrible announcer. He didn't last 6 months being an announcer. What happened with that? He just disappeared. I was like, him and Boog was a terrible Monday Night Football. It was losing race left and right. I was like,
went through some trouble.
Yeah, I forgot he was even an announcer for a little bit.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. We'll see. I'm interested to see how all of the coaching jobs go They're still the Jets, the Jags, the Saints, but now the Cowboys being in there, I do think that the Cowboys go to the top of the list. Mom's asked a great question: would Jerry hire a black coach? He never has. I think that might be a problem for him. I think that might be as much as I hate that. I think that's a bridge too far for him, and it sucks because
I don't think he's gonna ever
two of my favorite teams. I feel like Georgia doesn't want to have a black quarterback either. I'm like, what the heck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, why can't we get a Jalen Milroe? You know what I'm saying? Why can't we get a Cam Ward?
Facts.
Where they at? They don't want to come to Georgia? What's going on? So
as many
black in Dallas.
As many as black dudes be in Georgia, as many as black dudes be on that offensive and defensive line. Come on, bro. Like,
what's going on?
Let's get some speed and athleticism to the role. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some speed.
We had Quincy Carter, but when was that? I had the Quincy Carter film.
Exactly.
I got that 17. You know what I'm saying? We had Justin Fields. We tried, shipped him out. He balled out at Ohio State. You know, like every time we had DJ Shockley. That's true. He's dope, but man, that was a flash in the pan too. It's like we can't get a good one. He got signed as an undrafted free agent to the Falcons after his like 1 year starting at Georgia, but he just didn't make it, unfortunately. Because I really like DJ Shockley too. I actually met him at a tailgate once too. He was a super, super nice guy. But yeah, we had a couple, but I'm saying we need like a bona fide, you know what I'm saying? No, Anthony, that don't count. We're talking about black coach for the Cowboys. He didn't play for Georgia. I need Georgia with a black quarterback and the Cowboys with a black coach, even though it doesn't we know it doesn't matter, but still that would be nice.
Jerry's never gonna do that, so
I know. I think Moms is on point with that.
As long as I'm alive.
Again, that mentally valid, you know what I'm saying?
Is black.
Oh man, he's like, we got some roots down here, you know what I'm saying? That don't change, you know. Way too.
He probably say, you see that picture when I was in high school. You see that picture? Ain't no mistake.
Looking in the background, right there on the front lines. Oh my goodness, that's too funny. All right, I think. Dang, what other NFL news? I think we can move on from NFL. I don't know if you guys have anything you want to talk about for NBA.
No.
NBA it's kind of weak right now, as are my Lakers. They did have a couple games that were postponed due to the wildfires. JJ Redick lost his home in the wildfires, which is pretty crazy. So after their first game back last night, actually Wembanyama and CP3 gave their jerseys to his sons, so that they could restart their memorabilia collection, because I guess they had collected a bunch of stuff through JJ Redick's playing days and his days as coaching that all went up in flames. So that is definitely sad to see, but obviously too, we feel for the people that are in those situations that can't replace things and that are really going to have a struggle moving forward, and all the people that got their fire insurance canceled. That's crazy stuff.
I think there's stuff like dudes like Free Luigi. That's crazy, dog. Like, especially like they've had these wildfires for the last couple of years, so to cancel those policies is them basically just saying we no longer want to pay out your policies for your
they knew
claims.
They knew they were at risk for sure. So, oh man,
a lot to say about that, but we're gonna keep it. This is a family show, you know.
And there's a lot more to come out on that too. But just know we're our thoughts are with those true victims for sure. Russell Westbrook, we talked about a little bit. He's playing really well. He's getting triple doubles. He had another triple double at the same time as Jokic the other night, and it's so cool still to see how he's still disrespected, but at the same time, like his triple double numbers are insane. Like we remember that run he went on and was like, it'll never be touched. It's crazy.
It'd never be like we never thought that would happen. And this dude did it 4 times, and we just like, oh, he's taking his third now. Come on, man, like that's so crazy.
Even if you're patting him, go ahead, pat him. You still got to go out there and do the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
But if it was anybody else, man, let Chris Paul be. He got 4 times. He the greatest point guard ever walked this planet. Chris Paul is the greatest. But you know how it goes. So,
and there are a lot of guards out there too that just have great court awareness in regards to grabbing rebounds. Like you just kind of know where the ball is going once you know it's not going in. You know what I'm saying? I think Russ is just one of those players. And when it comes to assists,
he has a motor too.
Exactly. And when it comes to assists, the other dude has to score. So it's not like you can't pad those. You know what I'm saying? Like the other dude has to score a bucket for you to get an assist. And we already know what kind of a scorer he's always been. So I don't know. I don't like the whole
like Gilbert Arenas said. He said if anybody can do it, everybody would be doing it right now. It's not that easy. That's what he said. It was that easy. Everybody be doing it. You just can't. You just can't do that. You gotta hustle. You gotta run. You gotta beat. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be playing. It just not. You just can't not do that. You know what I'm saying? So.
And I think that is the best way to put it.
He had like 4 or 5 threes in that game too. Like bro's been hooping.
That's not my favorite player, though. I don't do that, man.
I love to see it, man. I love to see Russ. You know,
can't stand that dude, man. He know what button to push with me, man. He know what button to push. I can't stand that dude.
You got multiple trolls on you lately on your head, Marcus.
Terrible, man.
Pop says NBA is boring to watch with a few exceptions, and Sixers are terrible. I'm not even going to comment on Embiid. For sure, we don't have to go there, but I do think it is kind of it's not the same to watch. But I do like seeing Wembanyama play. He is an alien. And I didn't realize how many threes he shoots. I saw a stat the other day. Through his first 100 games, he has more threes than anybody, more rebounds than anybody, more dunks than anybody, more blocks than anybody, more like it was crazy. Like I'll have to find that stat again because they were looking at it basically like talking about through his first 100 games. If you take basically every major statistical category, he's like at the top. Yeah. So, and he's still not even man frame. He's still like kind of
you think he gonna last with that frame though? You think he'll KD last? I guess like he might, but he's tall though, man.
Depends
on how he fills out these next couple of years because he's still young.
He won't bang either, so I think that helps him too. Like KD is also never really banged down down low, even in the post game, right? It's like a couple of body shots and do his thing, and I feel like he don't really do that either. And the Spurs do a great job with not making him play in all their back-to-backs. He does miss a lot of games.
Protecting them already.
Yeah, exactly. He does miss quite a few games, and it's not usually for injury. It's just like let's keep our guy fresh. You know what I mean? So I like that too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I think he's dope. But Anthony Weston says, "Do you think the NBA will ever recover?" I don't know.
I don't know. Nope. I think when LeBron and Steph Curry retire, the game gonna change a lot when they both retire. So when they both retire, I think you might because they both ruined it. So LeBron ruined it with the teaming up with people, and then Steph Curry ruined it with all the threes because everybody want to team up with each other and want to shoot threes. So maybe when those two guys leave, they can do something. But other than that, I blame Steph Curry the most, though.
Facts. I actually agree with you. They need to fix a bunch of things too. I seen Anthony Edwards get a tech the other night for flexing when I think it was Gobert dunk. That's all he did. And he got a technical foul for. I was like, everybody was like, "There's no way, dog." Like the NBA is like they're their own worst enemy, man. Like it's killing. They're killing themselves.
Is it the commissioner? Do you mean the commissioner?
It might be time because he's trying all this silly stuff with the tournament.
He came in there. Stuff. You could tell he was in his room like, if I ever become a commissioner, I'm gonna do this, and this, and he got it. So
he got it.
I think. Yeah, I think it has to go with him too. I think if he get him out of there, like I said, he tried to be a players commissioner, whatever they want to do. But I think Steven Stern had some problems, but he had control of those guys a little bit more too. So I think you got to get. I think like LeBron got to retire, get out of there. And I think the commissioner have to get a new commissioner in there. Maybe a ex player might get it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of see what they can do. So. But it's gonna be hard, man. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I think it is really weird, and I don't know how they're gonna appeal to the next generation. But I guess that matters more than us at this point going forward. We'll see how they like it, but I don't see it being the same. I at least not for us and for what we've seen. So it is sad, but like Anthony Weston said, the games used to be can't miss events. And it's sad when the biggest story in the NBA is LiAngelo Ball having a record deal. I'm telling y'all though, that's a banger. He at least got one. He might be a one-hit wonder, but he got one.
It's nice. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel happy for him.
Last week, it's been in my head.
I'm a little happy for him though, because you can imagine his brothers are doing well in the league, and he was playing with them as a kid too. And he didn't make it, so
Yeah.
at least he got something, man. He can kind of get on, because he was having a hard time, man. So I'm happy for
Yeah,
him.
I feel it. I am too. I am too. They got a lot of talent in that family, one way or another. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna hustle their
Yeah.
way up. Um, moving off of NBA talk, I did want to talk about the TGL a little bit. Now we talked about this like way last year that it was going to be coming this year, but we kind of fell off our radar. Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy starting a new indoor golf league, and I really think that Tiger developed this because he can't walk 18 holes and his leg is like, you know what I'm saying, so messed up.
Yeah.
But tonight, actually, he is debuting for the first time. The league debuted last week. His team is playing tonight. Marcus, did you get to go back and check out some of the footage? And what did you think of the indoor golf league?
I couldn't find. I want to watch the whole thing. I thought ESPN Plus would have the whole thing. I couldn't find it for some reason, but I did watch some of it. And to be honest with y'all, I think this is gonna take off, man. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be. It's gonna compete a lot with real golf. I just think it is. I think when you have those rainy days when you can't really play, those delays, like during April, because the Masters is in April. That's when you had the worst storms. So I think it's
Yeah.
gonna get to a point where you inside, it can never affect you. You know what I'm saying? You can never worry about wind, and you can really show your skill, like, because you have no wind, you have no weather, nothing like that happening, and it's fun. Those guys are having fun. You have teams, and I think Tiger. I don't think he really meant to do this to go this big, but to watch it, the reaction he's getting, not just from professionals, but from all of us. We want to do stuff like that now. We want to go to get it built somewhere and go to that, because we had, as a kid, we had putt all that kind of stuff. It's getting boring. Even his pop stroke thing is boring now. But to have something like that, you can go to a place with that big old screens you can play. It's gonna take over. It's gonna be very popular. You know what I'm saying? And I think Tiger. I think he got something here. And I think when you get the professional guys doing that, don't have to walk all those miles, don't have to do all that, and
Right.
you getting paid money. I think you're gonna have something there, you know. So, and think about it. You could be older guy too. 'Cause all you're doing is swinging and hitting the ball. You not have to do all that going around. So you
Right.
can play even longer. So if he get the money right, I think he gonna do something really great with this. So
Yeah, excellent points. I agree. You know, they can change up the courses from week to week, and you don't have to build like it takes so much time, space, land to make a golf course, and it's the
I
same course for
know.
years and years. You could change the pin location a little bit, but realistically, that's about it. And also to that point too, for the golfers, that experience, but for the fans too, you can put this in prime time, and then I can be here having my drinks, chilling. I don't have to move I don't have to walk. I can be lazy too. I get my good seats, and I got the best view the whole night, and the action's gonna come right to me, which I think is another thing. I love like to go to TPC, to go to Waste Management and stuff like that. Is like it's super dope, but it's definitely different as far as the logistics and getting everybody in and out of there versus like now you set up these arenas just for this. And like Marcus, like you said, if you have one in different major cities, you can rent it out. You can make people pay big money to play on it. And then when the golfers come through, you have your event there. So I'm excited. Pop said he watched some of it. The technology and visuals are amazing, very realistic. And I think that is the cool thing because we've seen some of the digital ones where it's like the size of like a little like room wall, like a wall in your room or something like that, and you're hitting into it. But this is like a whole like 3-story screen. And then I love how the lights overhead, drop down. This is the ball location and stuff like that. So I think it is really dope, and they got a lot of money and time invested into it. But I do think it's gonna pay off in the long run.
And I could be stretching a little bit here, but think about it. Tiger Woods is one of the greatest golfers ever. He hasn't been playing. He's been dropping out because he know he got it in his back pocket. If he do good in this, he couldn't do what he's doing over here. So the dude is smart. I was like, it's no way he can't win another major. At least you ain't playing that much. But Tiger's he's been on this whole time. Because people are going to come out there and see you no more. I'm over here. People want to see me come over here. That's what fans will come over here and see me over here. He's genius. I could be wrong, but it just doesn't make sense. He's too good not to be winning something. And I think he know what he was doing this whole time. So
no, I agree. And I think the only next step is They're gonna get some live golfers up in there. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna give a couple live teams
telling
a chance
you.
to do it like WWE crossover. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's gonna be dope.
It's intense. The
Anyone-
team play. It's a team sport too. It's intense, man. It ain't like you doing it by yourself. You got a team. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I think it's gonna be something great, man. I can't wait to go to one.
And the fast pace too. Like it's like it keeps it moving in between. But Strizzy, my bad. You were about to jump in on that a little bit too.
No, I was literally just saying that Live have some really popular golfers too now. So you kind of got to, you know what I mean? Like if you want to help keep pushing it, like they have some popular golfers in there as well.
Yeah, it's all about the moolah, baby.
Exactly.
So
That's
like
what's
I said,
up.
if you can get that, if you get some deal with that money and some endorsements, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, and they do have a lot of technology partners. When I was watching it, though, they had a bunch of commercials about it and stuff like that. Like it's a full blown push, and so I think it's gonna be really cool. I think you're gonna change the game a little bit. So that's dope. All right, the last thing we're gonna wrap up with really quickly, and we're gonna keep it quick because Marcus, you foresaw this. The College Football National Championship is gonna be next Monday, and we talked about who we wanted, who we didn't want. The matchup we didn't really necessarily want to see, Ohio State, Notre Dame. I still am riding with Notre Dame over Ohio State. I can't stand Ohio State, but I know that a lot of people on the panel don't really like either team, but here we are. Do you think it's going to be a close game at all, Strizzy, Marcus, or do you think Ohio State rolls?
I think it's close. I think I'm taking the under.
Close.
I think the defense is going to Notre Dame's defense is going to go in there and they're going to have Ohio State struggling a little bit. I honestly don't know who's going to win this game. It might be a Notre Dame year. It's been a little while since they've been on. Been a long while since they've been on top. You know what I'm saying? Long time. So, and I kind of think Notre Dame's going to win this game. I do.
Yeah, I can see it. Their defense is clamps. In that game against Penn State, like literally, Penn State didn't have their receivers did not have a catch. Only their tight ends and the running backs.
Yep.
Yeah. So it is pretty crazy, but Kelly says it's even worth watching.
It will be
kind of
And
not,
like
but it still is.
I think so. But what Anthony just said, Notre Dame is so due. They do.
Exactly.
It's time. It's so time for them to win. I think they're gonna win. The craziest thing I didn't know all these years. How is he the first black head coach in the championship? I didn't know that was even a thing. I thought we had at least two of them, but I guess not. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's the first. That's wild to me, man. I didn't know that was even. I didn't know that. So, but I think, like I said, I think the key thing he said they do. They overdo. What's my guy they had? Isn't Teo? Is that his name?
Matt Teo,
Yeah. I think that was the year they supposed to have won, but he had so much going on. So I think it's time, man. So I think I think you get him and Rudy in a suite and get that good luck charm. Yeah, let it ride, man. So, but I think they win.
Yeah, I think it would be dope, and I do think like Strizzy said, take the under. I think they're gonna lock it up, and it'll be all the games that they've been have been kind of like defensive battles, field goal battles. So it's gonna come down to just something a little bit. But Pop says Ohio State roll. Unk says Notre Dame sucks. Kelly says I'd rather it be Notre Dame. Anthony West says I wonder who LSU is.
Brian Kelly?
Yeah, because he left.
You talking about Brian Kelly?
Yeah.
I know he did, but what about Ohio State though? Did he go? Did he coach there too?
No, I don't think so. So he probably.
Okay, I was wondering why he said who's he rooting for. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, because he left for greener pastures, and then Marcus Freeman took over, and I do like Marcus Freeman. He's handled his business well. He's put that team together, and it is crazy, but it would be dope for him to be the first black head coach to win a national championship.
That's crazy.
And especially with it being the 12-team playoff for once. So
yeah,
we'll see.
And for them, they lost. Who had lost to it? Was it San Diego State they lost to? They weren't supposed to lose to? Or
Northern
who was that team?
Northern Illinois, or something like that.
That was crazy. Now look at him knocking. When he lost to them, everybody was like, "Oh, they're done. They shouldn't have lost to them, such." And look at them now, man. They kept the course. So,
which is what they were kind of saying too. Is like they're like, we've been playing a playoff game since week 2 because after that loss, they couldn't suffer no more losses, and so they kind of put together. So. It's pretty crazy. Mom said I hate.
Do you think it's fair though? Do you think it's fair how they're not in the conference and stuff like that? You think they're gonna have to push them in the conference? Like they've never been in the conference. You think?
I don't think they'll ever be in the conference, and I think it's okay because they put
Okay.
the classic games on their schedule still. They still play USC
Okay.
every year. They still, they still have
Okay.
some big games. So
So
I
they
think
still
it's
play those
fine.
teams every year. Okay.
Yeah. It's just a mismatch, you know what I'm saying? It's just like not quite the same, but I think it's okay because they're still a good team, at least. But the thing is, for sure, they're not going to join the conference now because with the way the 12-team playoff is set up, they're never going to miss the playoffs. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're always going to be in the top 12, in my opinion. They won't be able to host a game or win their, get the bye week and win their conference. But at the same time, I feel like they're always going to be up there in that top 12 round. And they can kind of cherry pick. And the hard part about the schedules, too, is you make it 4 years in advance. So you're hoping these teams are pretty good, but by the time you get around to them, it might be a down year.
Okay.
Or you never really know.
Okay.
That strength of schedule is kind of hard to match up, but I don't know. We'll see. Anthony West says, yeah, they make more money being independent. They would be under the Big Ten TV contract, and that's the thing. They can kind of control their own destiny there, but I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if more teams didn't want to just go free agent status like that and just cherry pick good teams out of the other ones, and then you don't have to deal with all the rules that confine you to the conferences. But we'll see. I am rooting for Notre Dame, I guess. Yeah, I'd rather see them for sure. So we'll see. But that's next
I know
Monday.
one thing.
So
Rudy better be there. He better be there.
Yeah, that's big time.
they need that. They need that for sure. I'm sure they'll all be out there for sure. And Rudy will be off sides like he was in the movie. But yeah,
Was that
be good.
their last time in the championship game? Was that with Teo though? They got kicked by Alabama, or was that a bowl game?
I think that was the playoff, but it was the first round of the playoff. I think. I don't know if that was the national championship.
Teo, I don't think he was in the playoff back then, right? Was it there?
Or was
I
it
thought
the
that was still
BCS?
BCS.
Okay.
I could be wrong too. I don't know.
No, you're probably right. But then they got that's the one that they got beat down, right?
They got
42 to 14.
destroyed.
Oh yeah, that was the BCS national championship game.
This that last
yeah.
championship game they've been in.
Yeah.
What year was that?
Yeah,
2014.
That was 2013. Yeah.
13. Okay.
So.
Damn, that seems like so long ago.
I know, man. That's
That's
crazy.
wild.
Time flies, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
Matt Tanto, Jerome Bettis before then. Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh, I forgot Jerome Bettis went there.
Yeah.
No,
right.
Tim Brown.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Good stuff there, though. But, yeah, we'll have to check that out. But that'll officially close out the college football season. And then we got more coming up for the playoffs. 4 matchups this weekend on the NFL side, I believe it is. And so we'll be back later this week, probably Friday, to do our Secure the Bag and make our predictions for the next round of the playoffs. But don't forget to do that. And don't forget to hit us up for those Super Bowl squares because I'm going to try to get them all sold out. So let us know what's good with that. And we got your back. But until then, I think that's it. Strizzy, Marcus, anything else we want to check in on before we dip up out of here?
I don't have anything.
All right. Then I'm getting ready to go check out Tiger right now. You know what I'm saying? He's about to debut his version of TGL. So let me go check that out. But I hope everybody enjoys their week. And until next time, it's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy.
Taco Tuesday. Peace out, man.
Sure.